Welcome back, everybody. Coolbro794 here, and today we have finally got more content for this stinking update. And of course, we are here using my favorite unit, Bucciarati and Abacchio. Now, this run is very, very easy. As you know, I usually like to start for the people who came to see how the team is run. I like to give advice, tips, and just explain the run in general. This team is very simple. 4-row, and then you fill out the bottom, and then you use Bucciarati and Abacchio to make a 6x6. If you're wondering why you would want to use Bucciarati and Abacchio on a score attack instead of regular Bacchio, if your regular Bacchio is like level 80 and your Bucciarati Abacchio isn't, it is simply because block panels. Bucciarati and Abacchio have the advantage over regular Abacchio that block panels do not affect them nearly as much. Because their skill, if you are unaware, because I know there are some people who don't even know what they do, the skill of Bucciarati and Abacchio is that it is regular Bucciarati's skill, where it takes his panel and then pulls them down, except it's your partner panel instead. So it'll take the 4-row panels in this case and then pull them down, and then Abacchio will do Abacchio's regular skill and copy to the top. That means if there's a block panel on the bottom half, like you will see here, if there are enough 4-row panels, they will be pulled down and the block panel will be moved out of the copy range. Which means it literally doesn't matter when you're making the 6x6 that there's a thing there. If you watch here. My favorite skill. The panels got pulled down, so the block got moved up, and they got copied to a 6x6. And that is it. That is what you do for the whole run. What is great, what is like super great about this score attack is if you had known already from my complaining, Bucciarati and Abacchio are only meta with Voice Fart Poor Jotaro at skill level 5. At non-skill level 5, it does not loop. However, if you see that enhanced box I opened to charge their skill, very kindly for this score attack, not only are they boosted, they also that enhanced whatchamacallit box panel is created when you make a 4x4 or bigger. And obviously, if you're playing with this team, you're making a 4x4 or bigger. In terms of optimization, you'll see me hold a panel after using their skill. That is because all the other panels will match and you'll gain one combo, and then that once you put that panel down, you get an extra combo. So it's not a lot, but you do get one free combo. And after I get 200, which of course is the maximum damage per damage increase by the combo, I still do it just because it's fun. No other reason. Just because it's kind of fun to see like all the panels and it just turns into a big 6x6. And again, in terms of optimization, it's just once you get all the 6x6s, which is not super hard. Unfortunately, I do not do it in this run. I was recording this in the car. I've really not had a lot of time lately to be recording things. So just imagine I'm playing in I'm playing in the car in the passenger seat, and I'm like bouncing up and down during 4-row time, making it very hard to tap. Um, after stand up, when you open that box, I would also highly recommend making like a match or two, specifically of 4-rows, just to make it easier to loop into stand up. Because obviously Bucciarati and Abacchio, unlike most of the other teams Sordo has, are not helping you loop with 4-row into stand up time. And also, there will be those block panels. Again, if you have enough 4-rows, Bucciarati and Abacchio won't care about them. But it is nice to try to make a box when you recognize you're at, I believe it is, I'm not sure, because I think Misa does it 3 times, so I want to say every third of the clock, but that would mean the game's over. So I'm not sure when Mista does those, but if you can figure that out and recognize it, I would try to make a box and wait for a second just to get rid of those, because it makes the game easier. You see right there? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, like it's Bucciarati's skill, they make 4-rows. Unfortunately, I needed one in what is that, the 4th column, and it did not make one. It is more RNG. Unfortunately, with Bucciarati and Abacchio, Bucciarati's part of the skill. Of course, as normal Bucciarati's not good. Of course, they gotta make, like, Bucciarati's part of the skill possibly not good. It could save your life. You could be one panel off of a 6x6, and then Bucciarati puts one in the right column. Or, he can replace over your enhanced panels with normal panels, and so you don't get as much charge, or, I mean, in this case, in this score attack, you don't really need charge, but in other score attacks, that's why skill 4 is not possible. There's too much RNG. If you watch here, there'll be enhanced panels on the bottom, and he might replace over 1 or 2 of them, which kind of sucks, but it's still really, really fun to play. I love their voice lines. I really wish you could use them in the front, but just unfortunately, because Mista makes that box of your partner's panel, you kind of have to use them in the back unless you have them at skill level 5. So like, oh, that's dumb. Like, that's very not fun. I guess if you had them at skill level 5, you could optimize it by putting them in the front, and then before... Yeah, you could put them in the front, and then use that enhanced V4taro box during stand-up time, so there were more enhanced panels to copy. That's a legitimate strategy. I never even thought of that. I made that up just now. So yeah, if you somehow have BruAbba and Bakio skill level 5 and you're running this team, use them in the front, and then pop the enhanced V4taro box during stand-up time so you copy more enhanced panels. And after that, it just comes down to, like I said, make all the 6x6s and cheer panels. How good are your cheer panels determines how much damage you do. Well, obviously you get stickers and all that stuff. Like you should. I would go all stand-up stickers in this situation. That's what I do. My voice part for JoJo time does a bit over 1 mil, and then my 6x6s do like 3.5 mil or so. You really don't need to use the erase stickers for V4taro when you could have stand-up stickers, so your 6x6... Sorry, no, your enhanced 6x6 is what I meant. It's a lot more worth you putting stickers towards than erase damage. And that is it for the team. It's not super complicated to play. I like the unit. Overall, it's a very solid team. You can run them a lot on a lot of other score attacks, but obviously, as you know, I'm currently fourth world, not word, with voiced golden experience Requiem, which that run, there's no way I'm beating that run. I don't think there's any way I'm beating that run. I got that score on day 2 of the score attack, and I don't think I'm leaving 4th place world. Because, oh my gosh, I was so happy I recorded that run. Because usually I really prefer to upload high score runs, just because I feel like people would rather see, like, the run where I got the high score. I don't think I'm beating that run. It would have been taking so much, just like... throwing my phone and raging with Vigor to try to get a run that even comes close to that, because I kind of just played out of my mind and got quite lucky with my Vigor times. So yeah, 4th world's pretty exciting. Very happy that Voice Gur is good, especially because I spent $100 to get the last EX level on him. That was like, oh okay, I got to summon 6. I have 3 of them. I might as well keep going until I get the last one. And I know it's still above average. Like, if you should be getting 1 Vigor in 10 multis, then it should take you, like, 40 multis on average. Right? Because you had a 1% chance. Yeah, you had a 1%. Not including, like, the multiple times where it was, like, you get a guaranteed limited. It would basically just be, you know, average of level 80 in 40 multis, and I got level 80 in, I got level 80 in 15 multis. So it's really good. Really, really good. And definitely not mad. It was just, that last push was quite aggravating, just because I was running out of money. That's why I wanted to do a second BruAbba and Bakio summoning video. I couldn't buy gems. I couldn't. I really want to get to step 5, but if I can't get to step 5, I don't think there's a point in continuing summoning, especially because I'd really like to save for voice part for JoJo. Can you imagine that? My Vigor one was already 4th world, and the other scores are really close to it. So like I think the one above me is only like 10 mil above me, and number 1's only like 30 mil above me, and my voiced part for JoJo was only level 60. Imagine him at level 80. With that base damage increase, and if I had better cheers, I could totally get number 1 world with that team. Implying I recreated that run that I have uploaded. Definitely go check it out after this one if you're interested. But if I could recreate that run, I had better cheers and my voice part for JoJo was level 80, I would have just smashed top 100. I got number 1 world, all the, I want to say clout, but Pitter Patter Pop didn't really do clout. Ooh, one more optimization tip. Obviously, if you didn't know the trick already, when stand-up time is starting, you can hold down on a panel, and before it matches, it will pick it up. Even if it's... Obviously, if you have a column of 4, then you want to move one of those panels to one of the columns where there's not 3. But even if you have a column of 4 and you don't really need to move one, move an enhanced panel from the top of that column to a different one. Because remember, a BruAbba pulls them all down, that enhanced panel is just going to go away. But you could move that into a different column and get a little bit more damage and a little bit more charge. And yeah, how are you guys liking this Golden Week event? You kind of forget it's Golden Week. Like, I really wanted to make more content, but there was nothing to make content on. Like I said, I haven't had really had the time to lately, which was a big part of it. But along with that, it's not like I had to record an entire score tech video. I couldn't just like, go read the news, or I couldn't like go give an easy guide on bingo, which is like a 5 to 8 minute video, because it's just like, here's what you do, here's the optimal team, here's other recommended teams, and then like just how what I think about it. But no, this score tech just is about as blind as it gets. You do score tech, you do summons, you farm the event, and then you go, okay, now what? Like, it's not super hype even. I would have been okay with it if there was something really hype, but like, there wasn't. I mean, this is Golden Week. 2.5 was insane. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad about Pitter Patter Pop in general. 2.5, at least for me, was wild. Not just because I have the level 80 Vigor. They gave us 25 free summons. They gave us a crazy login bonus. All that. It's like, you know what? 2.5 was pretty solid. But then they're like, oh, look at this V-Jump League Golden Week. We'll release a new WGR. And the only thing that's hype for me is that Bucciarati and Abakio came back and have high rates. But I don't have any gems to summon with. So, like, yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Golden Week. They could have done something else. We needed some, at least, at the very least, some, like, really poo-poo event. Like how they did baseball once, like the baseball game modes. Just something as, like, a filler. Because I really wanted, I don't know. I wanted more out of Golden Week. I feel strongly about that. Just because I don't feel like it lives up to the, like, the mobile game's general idea of how special Golden Week should be. And that's my opinion on the event. You probably won't see another upload until we get news about whatever the next event is, which should be on, I believe it is May 9th is when we get that information. Unless you guys have another idea, leave it down in the description below. I would start my beginner's guide. I would think this would be a good time to do that as long as there's nothing else to do. But like I just said, I don't have a lot of time to do that. And my bad. I don't have a lot of time to do that, and that would take a lot of dedication. I really want to get that done well. I think I'm going to wait for 1,000 subscribers before I do that, just because I really want to get it out there. I know it's Zenroto's most popular video, so I really would like if I made a beginner's guide to have like a stance in the community first, just because I think a beginner's guide is something a lot of people really want to see. I tend to get a lot of new players. I mean a lot of new players. People in the comments like, how do I do this stuff? Even though I only get about 1,000 views average per video, of those players, there's like a solid amount that are like, hey, I don't play this game very much. Could you tell me more about it? Or like, how do I download it maybe? Or how do I do this? Like I said, I had one guy ask me after 2.5 anniversary how to get the guaranteed limited ticket. I felt bad because obviously I had to tell him, you can't do that anymore. He's like, oh, okay, which sucked. But, yeah, apparently I lost the footage for this recording, so I'm just gonna flash this image up on screen. This is totally my score, not someone else's. It's just, you won't see me on top 100 with that score, because, the leaderboard is, like, your Vigor score is just slightly higher. It was, like, a million less than my Vigor score, I promise. Bucciarati and Obakio is the best unit in the game, no doubt. Alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, it means a lot to me. We're getting really, really close to that 1,000. We'd be so happy if we could get there. It means a lot, it makes me feel happy. Over there on the left, you can check out a recommended video or another one like this one. And I'll see you later.